And hello.
What's going down?
I am Don.
I am Gerard.
This is the DVD Weekly Podcast Plus.
Man, for June 6th, we're in June, people.
I know, it's crazy.
We're getting almost halfway through the year.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
hell, where does the time go?
I'm already listening to Christmas music.
Jeez, that's right.
Getting Christmas music set for Mouse Ears Radio.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I figure I have 40 hours of Christmas music to listen to.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
40 hours.
Yeah. Because there's 40 files I have to go through.
Yeah.
They're new files. Well, they're new, but I mean, I've had them for years.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they're files that I'm now processing, and each one's about an hour long.
Oh, my Lord. Dude.
So, yeah.
Christmas in June for brother.
Yes, it was. Well, actually, it was Christmas for me last night, brother.
That's right, man. Holy
It finally
hell.
happened. How many years did we figure?
It was over 30 years in the making, total.
Oh, that's right,
I mean,
from total. That's
19 from when the last time we had tickets to see him.
Yeah.
But overall, it was over 30 years. So over 30 freaking years in the making. I didn't believe it was going to happen until they took the freaking stage, and they finally did, brother. It was a thing of beauty.
It was crazy, and we're talking about The Cure.
The Cure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome.
Oh, man.
Awesome. What's weird?
Freaking solid.
What's very weird about it, it's like you said. I mean, there I stood with you and me, going, and I remember, I was into The Cure.
Yeah.
And I would imagine, didn't I tell you about him?
I'm sure you
probably,
did.
right?
Yeah.
So here I am standing there. My wife didn't give a poop about The Cure, so I kind of introduced her to him.
Uh-huh.
So she loved him. There you are, introduced you.
Yeah.
And standing right
And
next to
then
me,
your
my
daughter.
17-year-old daughter.
Which is when I was pretty much really started to get into it.
About
Because that was
that
when
age.
Disintegration came out. I was 16, 17.
So crazy.
And that was the album that really got me into it.
Yeah.
I always, I knew Boys Don't Cry and like some of their
Yeah.
hits, but like it wasn't until Disintegration, which was that's when I realized I was Autumn's age when Disintegration
Isn't
came
that
out,
something?
and how impactful that freaking
Dang.
album was for me. Right, so. Yeah, that was
And
kind of a
she's
that was
there
crazy.
with tears in her eyes.
Yeah,
Just
she had a good time.
loving it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was fantastic.
It was.
man.
It was. They
And
put
he
on a good
still
show.
sounds great.
Sounds just like he always has.
Dude, I
Yeah.
mean, seriously, I don't see how they could have sounded any better 20 years ago.
I don't either.
Like, just sounded great. The band was great.
Yeah.
I mean, they played for over 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
That was about 2 hours and 50 minutes.
Yeah.
That they played two long
Encores, yeah.
Almost all of the songs we wanted to hear. There were a couple that got left out.
Yeah.
But man,
And that's because they switch them up for the different shows.
yeah,
that they do.
they're not one of those bands that plays the exact same show
Right,
every night,
right.
which I like. I dig that, right?
Yeah.
They kind of keep you on your toes.
Yeah.
Because I'm the guy that does want to know the set list, so it's kind of interesting and frustrating at the same time.
Yeah.
When you go see a band where you're not sure what they're going to play, it's like, but yeah, oh god, it was a fantastic show. Like,
yeah,
no
they
doubt.
were unbelievable.
Yeah, and thanks
it was
again, brother, for the
fantastic.
dinner, for the poster.
Oh yeah, of course.
They do
Thank you for
awesome posters.
I even drank a wine cooler.
That's
last night.
right.
Can
You did
believe
some
that?
wine cooler action.
Yeah.
They did special posters for each show on the tour, and the Seattle one is awesome. It looks like a freaking horror movie poster. Like,
Yeah.
it's so cool.
Yeah.
So was able to get one of those last night because of brother and Susan. So thank you so much for that. I already got it.
Let's drink to a little
Let's
Robert
do
Smith,
it.
shall we?
Yeah, I already got the frame on order.
Oh,
Get
nice.
that baby on the wall.
You said you were going to do that.
Yeah, hell yeah. Add that to the concert poster wall.
Now I don't know who the opening act was. I didn't
forgot
catch their name, but they were good too.
Yeah, they weren't bad either.
No.
That guy was into it.
Yeah,
Like the lead singer was passionate.
they
that's for sure.
reminded me of a lot of different people, different groups.
Yeah, right.
Um,
And still from that kind of era, I don't know how
Yeah.
old those guys are, but it reminded me of kind of like that dream pop a little bit.
Yeah,
Like the,
I don't think. I mean, they didn't remind me of a group that had been around a long time.
oh, gotcha.
Did you? Do you
I
think?
mean, just
think
the
they were kinda-
sound took me back to
Oh,
bands
absolutely.
that- yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking it up right here because they had a weird name.
Yeah.
Uh,
And they were from where?
Scotland.
Scotland.
They were
That's
from
right.
Scotland.
Yeah.
The Twilight Sad.
Oh, that's right.
The
That's right,
Twilight
Yeah.
Sad.
It was really cool because then when they were done, all the crews got on stage and they're doing their stuff, and slowly but surely the crew members started disappearing, and there wasn't that many crew on the thing. And then all of a sudden they noticed that they took down the projections of the Cure concert, and then very subtly they start playing the sound of rain.
Yeah, that was cool, man.
And then here comes thunder.
Yeah.
And it was very subtle the way they did it.
Right.
But what a perfect way to get you into the mood.
And then the lightning too, right?
For the
With
Cure.
the LEDs
and the lightning,
and then you
very
get the thunder,
cool.
like
I thought, wow, what a way to, instead of just boom, throw it in your face.
Right.
It just kind of, the whole atmosphere slowly changed and dissolved into this more, not solemn, but almost like a calm, emotional kind of atmosphere. Very
kind
cool.
of way their whole show was.
Absolutely.
Like, it's kind of like, I read it from one of my buddies who went to the show last night and posted some pictures. Like you're like in a trance when they're up there.
Exactly.
Right?
Because there were times that I thought, God, I should probably liven up here because I probably don't look like I'm enjoying it. But I was just sitting there just transfixed by the whole thing.
Right. Yeah.
So cool.
Stuff. And that band, the Twilight Sad, they've been around since 2003.
Oh, wow.
Quite a while. Yeah.
Huh.
But yeah, if you get a chance to see the Cure, they're about halfway through the U.S. tour. Mm-hmm. It's a good show, man.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen him before, it's definitely worth the ticket.
He's cool too.
Yeah.
Very cool guy.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the crowd was into it.
Yeah.
Like, that was awesome at the end when it was just him left on the stage.
Yeah.
And the crowd just went crazy.
Yeah, that was
for him.
very
You
cool.
could tell
he didn't want to leave. He's like,
and people were throwing flowers up there.
Yeah.
You could tell you got a little emotional, too.
He did.
So, yeah, it was solid evening of entertainment, no doubt.
I loved it.
The Cure.
I loved it. Brother
Love it.
brought us up there. Almost killed us on the way home. It was all good.
It was all good.
Just ran through a freaking red light. Jesus.
I was tired of all the red lights. There was way too many.
Are you sure you just weren't tired?
No, I was a little tired, but yeah, my God.
I was reminded of my age, not only looking around, seeing all you youngsters,
you
loving it.
Don't put me in that category.
But me, man, I'm just standing there like, oh, okay. And there's a lot of older people there because, come on, it's a Cure, right?
Exactly.
And all of a sudden, something's vibrating in my pocket. It's about 30 minutes into the beginning of the show. And I'm like, what the hell is that? So I pull my phone out of my pocket, and it's reminding me that it's bedtime. You're getting old when your phone starts reminding you, hey, it's 9 o'clock, time for bed.
Time to go to bed. Oh, that was good stuff. Definitely kept you up past your bedtime last night.
Yes, it did.
They didn't end until 11.
It was well worth it.
So, yeah, they put on a full show, man.
Yeah.
It was, like, 27 songs, something like that?
Yeah.
Really
and then when it's over, man, they just start tearing it down. And
they're playing in Vancouver tonight.
Oh, Vancouver, that's
And the night before we saw them, they were in Portland. They're just, like, nonstop, man. Like, jeez.
And he's my age.
Right. Yeah.
So, good Lord, I can't imagine that.
Yeah, his voice is strong.
Yeah,
I mean, he's not doing a ton of running around.
He's not up there doing.
He's on guitar most of the time.
But I mean,
like
and he's doing what I pictured him to be doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Because again, it's an emotional music kind of thing.
Right.
And, very, very cool.
Hell yeah. Bro.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Absolutely, man.
Good time. I'm glad you and I were there to share it with each other.
100%. Like you said on the way up the stairs, I could die now.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I can die now. I pretty much everything after that is not quite as good. That was the cherry on top of the concert cake.
Concert hill.
Yeah. What else we got going?
Shoot. What's about? I got a big going away party tonight for my neighbors.
Oh, that's right.
That's gonna be nuts, dude. It's gonna be a crazy night tonight. And then tomorrow, somehow, going to get up. We're going to make it happen at the Stranger Things The Experience.
Oh.
In Seattle tomorrow.
Going to do that, huh?
Yeah, really looking forward to that. We did the Friends Experience, which was fun, but, I'm not a huge Friends fan. But it was cool to see the props and things from the show. And
where is this at?
Wardrobe stuff. It's right downtown Seattle on Occidental. I think it's actually in the same space that the Friends Experience was.
Gotcha.
But yeah, this one's Stranger Things. They do it like a you go into the lab, you check out all the lab. I guess you can't take video in there. Like in the lab, it's like like there's stuff going on in there. I got sent multiple emails today, kind of about the experience, and like you have a waiver that like you've agreed to, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, So it seems like a little more interactive, a little more involved than the Friends one.
Are the kids going?
No,
good.
Just the wife and I.
That's good.
And then, because I think they say no one under 13, I think they said. And then you go out and they have like the ice cream shop, right, from the show.
Cool.
And then there's like a bar there you can get drinks and there's food and like, so yeah, it looks like it's going to be pretty cool. So I'll give a little
absolutely.
report on that next week.
Sneak pictures.
Because it just started here. Well, you can take pictures, I guess, everywhere in video and stuff outside of the lab, whatever goes on in the lab. And they play it off like they're doing sleep testing on you. Like, so I got this whole email today kind of like describing, thanks for coming and doing this sleep test and like all this kind of stuff. So there's a definite story to it. And I guess like the workers there actually play into the story.
Neat.
So I think it's a little more involved than the Friends one. But yeah, so we'll let you know what it's about all next week.
Nice.
That's right, brother.
I like it. You know what? I'll be here.
Like
I'll be here. I want to hear about it.
Yeah, brother.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's just move right along into
Let's do it.
What?
We're moving into sports.
Let's move into sports.
Moving into sports. In hockey, we're in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Hey, I have a question.
Yeah.
So last night we were in Kraken World. Kraken World, brother.
Yeah, exactly.
And I looked up, and there was our flag.
That's right.
Next to the Canadian flag. Why was the Canadian flag up there?
I didn't see the Canadian flag.
Yeah, it was the American flag on the left and the Canadian flag on the right.
Oh, well, they have that up because there are, when they're not going to take it down. Because there's a lot of Canadian teams that come in there and play, right? I think, I don't know if there's Canadian teams in WNBA. I'm not sure about that.
Huh.
But for NHL, they're playing Toronto, they're playing Vancouver, Edmonton. Like,
interesting.
A lot of so they just that's a thing for if any events where they're playing a Canadian team is there, they do the Canadian national anthem as well, right?
Right.
So
right.
yeah.
Huh.
Did you notice? I thought what were you going to mention? Did you notice the 1912 Stanley Cup champions banner up there from the original Seattle Totems?
Wow!
Yeah, they got that flying up there.
That's
it was actually
right.
next near the Kraken 32 flag, which is the fans 32.
That's cool.
So yeah. Anyways, I'm not sure I'd ever noticed that until last night.
Huh?
But that was pretty cool to see.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother. But in sports, in the Stanley Cup Finals, we got the Vegas Golden Knights versus the Florida Panthers. I cannot believe what Florida's done. That starts tomorrow, so looking forward to watching that kick off. And then last night, while we were at the Cure, we did miss the first game of the NBA Finals. The Denver Nuggets pretty much dominated. I mean,
did the Lakers win, brother?
Shoot. Denver won by like 13, I think, over the Miami Heat to go up 1-0 in the NBA Finals. Game 2 is on Sunday. And then some great racing last week. Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
My God, Max Verstappen won Monaco in F1. They had some rain and some drama there at the end. Joseph Newgarden won in his 12th attempt at the Indy 500. Definitely one of the best Indy 500s in a long time, right?
Yeah.
At least 5-10 years. I mean, spectacular crash. My God, Felix Rosenqvist hit that outside wall, then spun back onto the track and dude, Kyle Kirkwood just slammed into him so hard. And his rear tire went flying off the track.
Dude,
Thank God.
Close.
Oh, dude. It was close to the stands. Yeah.
Matter of fact, everybody in the stands on the end
was
up
ducking,
there, they were ducking down.
And then, dude, that would have killed people.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, it would absolutely. I mean, it was going over 200 miles an hour.
It came down. It went over the crowd, and then crashed into a parked car.
Yeah,
sitting in the back. They didn't really show the damage. I wish they would have showed the damage.
I know.
It's almost like
car was totaled.
Yeah, it's almost like they put a blanket over it so you couldn't see it.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so thank God nobody got hurt.
But
yeah, like you'd mentioned it, like that the in-car camera of that was insane. Of the guy, because after he lost his wheel, he flipped up, upside down.
Yeah,
and then you just see, and they have the in-car camera showing like from the steering wheel, or maybe just in front of that, where you're seeing his face and his head. And, like, just sparks flying everywhere. Right. Like, holy cow.
He said that was the scariest part of it.
Oh, yeah.
Looking up and seeing all those sparks.
Right? Dude, crazy. So, that ended up being a pretty fantastic race. And then NASCAR got rained out on Sunday, but went into Monday, which was okay. And Ryan Blaney ended his 59-race drought to win the Coca-Cola 600. Man, Chase Elliott had enough from Denny Hamlin.
Yes.
And purposely took him out. Like, he turns left into his rear. Made Hamlin wreck hard, too. And that ended up getting him a suspension.
Oh,
he got suspended for the next race. So I saw Denny Hamlin, before that suspension came out, like, on his social media, released, like, the telemetry of, like, he's like, this is BS, and, like, released the telemetry of the steering and how obvious it was that he took him out.
Wow.
So he was, like, lobbying for the suspension. So anyways, that happened. I'm looking forward to seeing the sparks that fly between them the rest of the year after Chase comes back. But there you go, brother. That is the lead in sports.
That's very nice, brother. That's very nice. That takes us to Disney 100, brother. So far, we are in June. We're almost halfway through the year, and I have come up with a story every week. Every week, brother.
You're doing it.
Including this week.
Nice.
Because on May 30th, it almost caught me off guard. Splash Mountain officially closed.
Yeah, right.
At Disneyland.
Done.
I watched it live. Watched several webcasts of it. I got a little emotional, brother.
Yeah, I
did.
I love that ride.
I had an emotional tie to that attraction. Opened in 1989. And
God, was it 89?
I believe that's what I just pulled that out of my memory, so I'm hoping that was right. And I remember when I moved to Anaheim, I had gone up to get the keys to the apartment.
Yeah.
And I got a phone call from my buddy Rick.
West.
And he said, come down. Cast member previews are opening for Splash Mountain, which means it hadn't opened to the public yet.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh my God. So I got in the car, drove over there, and spent that afternoon standing in line in the caves of the queue. And I just had that memory like it was yesterday. So it was very weird to sit here that night and watch it close for the last time.
Yeah, jeez.
But a lot of teary-eyed people, a lot of emotions going on. Very cool the way they did it. They did close the line early because the line got up to 4 hours long.
Oh, my God.
So finally at 10 o'clock at night, and the park closed at 11, they finally, because usually if you get in line at 10:59,
yeah,
they will let you ride. But because the line was 4 hours long, they're like, we've got to cut this.
Shut it down. Shut it down!
Yeah, so they did at 10 o'clock,
gotcha.
which made some people mad. It caused some controversy and blah, blah, blah. All these little wimpy bastards. But anyway, he had ridden it earlier in the day, but the last person to ride was Tony Baxter. Tony Baxter, the Imagineer that created Splash Mountain.
Gotcha.
So that's cool. Matter of fact, I saw one of these webcasts I was watching was freaking hilarious. They wanted to see Tony Baxter so bad.
Yeah. So
bad that I saw him 5 times on their webcast and they never saw him.
Oh, really?
Yes. At one time, the guy's wife goes to look for him. And she comes back and she says, I can't find him. I'm going to go look over here. She walks away, and then the husband starts talking. And the whole time the husband's talking, here comes Tony Baxter right up behind his wife. And she never notices, and he never notices. Freaking hilarious.
That's funny.
But at the end of the night, Tony Baxter walked away with 2 bottles that he had little miniature bottles that he had filled with Splash Mountain water. And just to show you how crazy people were getting, at the time that this was going on, there was, because as soon as Disneyland announced that they were going to be closing Splash Mountain, the next day, there was a rush on the park to get into the park and get into the Splash Mountain. I don't know what the Briar Patch or I'm trying to think of what that shop is called, but it's full of nothing but Splash Mountain stuff.
People were buying it up.
Dude, it was a rush on that store, and they bought up everything.
Wow.
Just everything. Everything was gone. So May 30th, which was what?
couple days ago.
30th, Tuesday. This past Tuesday.
Yes.
All this craziness was going on, and eBay started getting listings of all these things that people have hoarded.
Yeah.
A Brer Rabbit plush. Little short dude.
Yeah.
Little cute little bunny. $13,000 on eBay. My God.
They just put that up there as a joke.
I think just to see how dumb people can be.
Right.
And hey, it made press, right? And
yeah.
The word got out all over the place, so that's probably what they were hoping for.
Yes.
But, I mean, the vials of water were going for hundreds. As a matter of fact, they had a sign telling you not to take the water.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And, that ride has an adjustment. So on a cold night, they can adjust the spray in the log. So in other words, in the summer, they turn that baby up.
Yeah.
And when you get wet, you get soaked in the summer when it's really hot. This last couple of days, they just turn that baby up all the way. This guy gets out of the log, takes off his jacket, and wrings it.
Oh,
and just pouring water. And all I could think of was, dude, you're wasting all that water.
Oh, right. Right. And you also got Crotcher on it.
And he mentioned that, too. He did. But, that means that Splash Mountain is no more in the United States.
Damn.
Because of one in Florida closed here a couple months ago.
Right.
And now ours is closed. There's one left, and I believe,
Oh, really?
It's either Tokyo or Hong Kong.
Gotcha.
That still have, and they will not get rid of it because they don't have the issues that we have here with political correctness and all that madness. So anyway, so it's down. Good to know that Tony Baxter will be working on the new Tiana ride that's going in there.
Oh.
And it's still going to be a log ride, or
a
floating ride, I should say. That will open the end of 2024.
Oh, geez.
So
they're still going to use that drop, right? Or
yes.
Yeah.
You'll see a lot of changes. As a matter of fact, I saw pictures today. They took out that big sign that says Splash Mountain that's got Brer Rabbit on it. That was tagged to go to archives. So that's good. So they're keeping that. So that'll be in the archives forever. So that's kind of cool. But there's a lot of changes on the outside, and the inside is going to get a lot of good changes. A lot of new animatronics. And a lot of people were worried, and I have to admit that I'm not a big fan either of these projected faces that they're using nowadays.
Right.
I mean, in some places it's okay, I guess. But there are times I really don't like it. And it's not as amazing as when they just do it as an audio animatronic.
Yeah.
Because it's just a projected face, right? And I'll tell you, a lot of times it
takes away the magic.
A lot of times the light, the bulbs go out.
Yeah, or they dim.
They dim, right? Yeah. And I find that they kind of bend too. So as you're going around a character, the features bend.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're putting a 2D map on a 3D character,
right?
So it's not. Yeah, it's just not
ideal.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it.
Definitely cheapens the whole thing.
Yeah, the Diamond Mine. God, I'm sorry, I don't know the name of that ride at Walt Disney World. It's where the coasters kind of swing.
Yeah.
And you get on the Diamond Mine. You go into the Snow White's Diamond Cave. All the dwarfs are projected faces. The projectors are inside the heads.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So you don't get that. They can move. Up and down and all around. And
right.
Still, I just don't like it. So that's a lot of people have been saying, God, are we going to get that now? Because I don't think we have that at Disneyland. Walt Disney World has it, and they do it in.
Don't they do that in Little Mermaid?
I don't know about. No, they don't. They don't in Disney. They don't at Disney California Adventure.
No, but in Florida, at Epcot.
Well, I think what you're probably thinking of is oh God, I can't think of the name. How can I think of the girl that blows the snow all over the damn place? Frozen.
The
Frozen ride.
Oh, I've never been on that.
Oh, okay. So she and you know what? That's my favorite one of the projected faces.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's really nice. So they use projected faces in several different things at Walt Disney World. But nothing at Disneyland, and I'm just happy with that.
Keep it that way.
So, and it looks like I said, from what they're showing people so far, and for some of the things that have leaked out, does not look like they're going to be using that. So
there you go.
So there you go. That is your Disney 100 news.
Very good, brother.
Ah,
rolls us right into music.
Oh, that's beautiful. I've got a very strange music story.
Really? What you got?
Brother, you might want to check yourself before you wreck yourself. Taylor Swift.
Yeah?
Oh, my God. You know, she's touring all over the country.
Uh-huh.
Did you see what fans are claiming? Now, first of all, yesterday, the news came out that people are starting to wear diapers.
What?
To these Taylor Swift concerts.
Why?
Because they don't want to leave to go to the restroom.
Oh, my God.
How about that story?
Are you serious?
Yes. Diapers, brother.
Wow. Her tour should be sponsored by Depends.
But now, new story out today. Many fans that are going to her concert are suffering from post-concert amnesia.
What?
Scientists say the condition, it stems from sensory overload. The concerts overall exceeded every expectation that you could have imagined, said this person who attended the thing. They say it's an overwhelming experience. And when you leave, you can't remember what you saw.
What?
And it's actually a neurological phenomenon that can happen in any heightened emotional state, says Dr. Lee Kroll, a neurologist at Temple University. As Taylor Swift's fans are going to this concert, there's so much to be excited about, that there's so much stimuli to process for the brain that can actually get in the way of forming and storing memories of that concert experience.
That is bizarre.
I know.
Like,
So
it's a Taylor Swift show. Like,
Yes.
what is going on in these shows?
I don't know.
Jeez.
I don't know. So, hey, if you're going to go to Taylor Swift, you might want to take them vitamins that allow you to, have a good memory.
Right.
And, don't forget your diapers.
Maybe some CBD, too.
Absolutely
just to calm
there.
your shizzle.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Absolutely. That's my music story.
Oh, wow. It was a good one.
Thank you.
Good one. I mean, yeah, we got people we were talking about yesterday selling freaking contacts that people wore to the concert, saying these contacts saw Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
What is the fascination?
Yeah, and what was
dude?
the price on those contacts, brother?
I don't remember.
They were thousands,
Wasn't it? Oh,
was
my
it 10,000 or something like
That's
that?
just, I mean, what in the hell? Wow. Well, let's talk about some new music.
All right.
Out today, June 2nd. Before we get to the top 5, Rancid has a new album out today. Tomorrow Never Comes, their 10th studio album.
Huh.
From the punk legends. I always liked Rancid, man.
Yeah.
They're like a little more fun, like upbeat. Like I always kind of dug those guys. But let's get into the top 5 this week, shall we? Let's start with number 5. It's Stray Kids with 5-star version B. Now version C was right behind it at 6. And yes, there is a version A as well.
Really?
Brother, after a groundbreaking year with 2 consecutive Billboard 200 #1 albums, Stray Kids are back. Now, you're going to have to guess what style of music this is.
Well, I'm already thinking K-pop.
Because all versions contain a photo book.
Here we go.
CD, both unique to each version. Photo cards, random 2 of 24. Mini poster, both unique to each version. Photo cards, random 2 of 24. Mini poster, random 1 of 8. Sticker sheet, 2 sheets. Cartoon postcard. B-cut film mini photo book, random 1 of 3. Folded poster, unique to each version. There you go, brother. It's the South Korean boy band Stray Kids.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
They go all out for their releases, man. You can't deny that.
Yeah.
They just pack it full of crap. Number 4 this week on the countdown is Avenged Sevenfold. They're back.
Hey, wow.
The new album, Life Is But a Dream, written and recorded over the span of 4 years. and mixed by Andy Wallace. Love Andy Wallace. That guy, he's mixed some of the best albums ever, man. This is their 8th studio album for the heavy metal band out of Huntington Beach, California.
Nice.
Never been a fan of theirs.
Oh.
I mean, they got some tracks here and there, but
nothing's coming to mind.
Never
I'm
quite
here
worked.
thinking
Well,
about
dude, I couldn't name a single song from them. They're one of those bands that like act really heavy, and then they get to the chorus and they sing like little children. I don't know,
little girls band.
They don't work for me.
Little children.
A lot of people love them. So hey, number 3. Of course, a lot of people love this guy too. Bob Dylan, brother.
Oh God.
With Shadow Kingdom. I mean, come on now.
There's a phenomenon I will never get.
Seriously.
I don't get it.
Dylan performing revelatory 21st century versions of songs from his storied back catalog.
If that's what you want to call it.
That's what they called it.
Yeah.
I certainly didn't write
No.
that. Number 2, brother. Pass me the jelly roll. With his new album, Whitsit Chapel. Rapper and singer turned country.
Ooh.
Dude's from Tennessee.
Wow.
He just won a bunch of awards at like the MTV something.
Really?
Yeah, he's a big dude, got tats on his face and stuff.
Oh, right.
You know,
right,
I'm
right,
sure
right.
you've seen
Yes.
it. Credited as his 18th studio album.
Good Lord.
Right? And it's always been rap, and this is like his first country album.
Wow.
Crazy. Weird. I kind of wanted to turn it on just to check it out, but I didn't.
Okay.
Because I was too busy listening to number 1 this week, which I'm already on my second listen to. And this is a band, like, they always, known about it for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm never, like, excited when they come out with new stuff. But then I hear it, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of good. I'll listen to that again. And then I listen to it again. And then that makes me listen to it a third time. And by the third time, I'm, like, singing along, and it's catchy, and it's fun. Well-written songs. We're talking about the new Foo Fighters, brother.
Oh, yeah.
Out
I love
today with the new album, But Here We Are.
They're fun.
Yeah, they are fun, man.
Yeah.
Marks the band's return after a year of staggering losses, including drummer Taylor Hawkins passing, personal introspection, and bittersweet remembrances. A brutally honest and emotionally raw response to everything Foo Fighters have endured recently. But Here We Are is a testament to the healing powers of music, friendship, and family.
That's beautiful.
This is their 11th studio album. In their 28th year. It's a good record, man. Like I said, I'm on my second listen already. I listened to it while I did this. Not too long. It's 12 tracks. I want to say it's under an hour.
Were you able to pick out the radio hits?
There were, were definitely a few where I'm like, oh yeah, like super catchy from the first time you hear it, right?
Gotta have a hook.
I have definitely been, a long time. I probably told the story on this show before, but I went to the very first Foo Fighters show.
Wow.
When nobody even knew who Foo Fighters was.
Yeah.
And this was, obviously Dave Grohl was huge in Seattle, right? And this was in Seattle.
Yep.
I was working the show through Artitude of Seattle, and it was at the King Cat Theater, which isn't even a thing anymore.
Wow.
It's tiny, it was like a movie theater.
Huh.
But it's long gone now. And it was for Mike Watt, was the show was Mike Watt, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's a famous bassist. That was the year he came out with the album with a bunch of awesome artists like on each track. But he's kind of a studio musician. He's played for some bands. But he was the headliner, and then this opener, Foo Fighters. You know what? I want to say it didn't even list their name at that time. Because, the show had sold kind of well, and I was helping with some of the what's the word I'm looking for?
Hot sampling?
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Probably. Some of the marketing for the show, putting up flyers and stuff like that. Hustling. I was hustling.
I like that.
And I remember we got word about an hour before, and we were there. I remember we got word about an hour before the show that, hey, there's a really special opener, and it's the first time we're going to see Dave Grohl's new band.
Wow.
Right? And then the word got out, and holy hell. They had to bring in, and I was in the room where they called for security, and then they called the police because it was mayhem outside.
Wow.
Because all the people in Seattle, all the rock fans in Seattle found out, holy hell, this is the first time Dave Grohl's played since Nirvana.
Wow.
And, everybody knew he was going to have a band, but very little was known about them, right? So that was the very first night they ever played.
Damn.
And yeah, by the time they played, it was packed.
That's amazing.
And they played, and I remember the lady I was working with took pictures outside. People were just outside listening, and there was line around the entire block just wanting to hear the Foo Fighters out there. So I'll never forget that night, man. It was amazing. So I've always been a fan ever since. I kind of fell off from them during their middle years, and then like the last couple albums I've really, really enjoyed, and then the whole Taylor Hawkins thing was just terrible. So yeah, glad to see him back with But Here We Are. And it's a good sounding record. It's fun. It's upbeat. It's a great summer record. I think it's like the perfect time to come out.
Nice.
I think about that. Like a lot of bands, they come out with albums when their music makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Like Red Hot Chili Peppers, right? A lot of times, now not in the last couple, but a lot of times they release their albums in like June and July.
Yeah.
Like, because it's like a summertime vibe that is with the album, right?
Yeah.
I very much got that with this Foo Fighters release. So yeah, it's absolutely worth checking out. But here we are, number 1 this week on Amazon.com.
Nice. Before you leave music, let me just throw out a little thing here.
Yeah,
brother, guess who's back?
Who's back?
They are back. I have seen them. Boy, did I have a good time, brother. Big Time Rush is back.
What?
Big Time Rush
For reals?
with all the original guys.
No kidding.
They were out. Today's Donut Day. I don't know if you know that.
Oh, that's right. It's National Donut Day.
They were out giving away donuts. I don't know where they were, but they were out giving, so I was able to see them all, and it was very cool.
Interesting.
Very cool. Then they're like, hey, here we are.
Were they like a kids band or no?
They were a kid, pretty much.
Because where did they come from?
They came from a Nickelodeon show.
Nickelodeon show.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But they got to be Big Time Rush, if you will.
Yeah.
And
so
we went and saw them, and they were really good.
Interesting.
Yeah. So anyway, they're back. They're gonna see what they can do.
Interesting.
So I thought that was cool. And then I have a question for you.
Please, sir.
So last night we heard a lot of new Cure songs.
Yeah. But 4 or 5 new tracks.
You told me about an album that never came out.
Yeah, I mean, they talked about it. They'd announced it. I believe it was last May, May 2022.
So is that where these songs came from?
Yeah, this is where the songs are from. And that album was originally supposed to be released in October or November of last year.
So what
and
happened?
Still hasn't. I don't know. And now like it's still definitely coming out.
Yeah.
And I want to say that the name of the tour is the name of the album.
Well, I'm going to be picking it up because I love.
For sure. Yeah, the new stuff sounded
a lot of
really,
times
really good.
that's kind of the downer part of a concert when they start singing new stuff.
Yeah. But it was all good stuff.
It's very Cure.
Yeah.
And it's not boring Cure. It was fun to listen to.
Yeah. I mean, I found cool. Leading up to this show, I went back and listened to all their records again. Like they don't have a bad record. I mean, they have some songs that aren't great.
Yeah.
Like no question. But as
like Friday, I'm in love.
Oh God,
I have the funniest damn video.
I hate that song.
Oh, they come out and they start singing "Friday, I'm in love," and I'm videotaping. Videotaping. Jesus, I'm taping with.
He had his old VHS camcorder he brought with him. The hell,
all the cables.
Oh, you should have seen how hard it was to get in.
So anyway, I'm capturing this whole thing, and I turn the camera over, and Autumn's all excited. I turn it over to Jared, and his attitude has completely just gone. He does not dare move a muscle. He is not going to move. Just the look on your face is like, shit.
Yeah, I didn't even know you were shooting me until Autumn said, like, Jared, or something like that.
It was hilarious.
It's a song I hated from the day it came out.
Yeah.
And I was like, God, they could be playing something better. I get it, though. It's a huge song. The fans were, everybody was singing it. Yeah. I'm just like, oh, my God.
But I will never forget when they started playing on the radio. I was kind of pissed.
Oh, yeah.
Because that is not my Cure.
No,
that's not my.
And that
Cure.
was the album after Disintegration, right?
Yeah, right.
So like
this happy, slappy song.
Yeah,
it's like, what the
oh
hell?
My God! Just from day one, man, that song annoyed me, and then it just annoyed me every time I heard it again and again and again, and then it became like the Cure song, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like it was like their biggest song,
right?
And I'm just like, oh my God!
Well,
like if people think this is what the Cure's all about,
it's just like Gary Newman, right? I mean, you tell
anybody. At least Cars is great.
Anybody who would remember Gary Newman will just remember him from Cars.
Yeah, sure.
But he's done so much
but
more.
at least that song's awesome.
That's true.
I mean, come on.
That is very true.
So yeah, there you go. Moving to TV.
So that album is coming out someday.
Yeah, they don't have a date. There's no date.
We'll just still wait.
I would guess it's got to be this year. I mean, they have to be done recording it now that they're on this tour, unless they
think so. They
didn't finish it and have to finish it after the tour. I don't
think
know.
they'd be singing stuff from it if they didn't think it was going to come out.
It's got to be soon.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
But yeah, still no official date for that. But yeah, looking forward to it. Television, brother.
All right.
What you got? You got anything on the old TV?
I did finally watch the completion of The Masked Singer.
Of The Masked Singer.
Yes.
There you go. I had
Yes.
guessed both of the last two.
I did
now,
too.
the second one, the guy, can we just say it? I mean, it's been a couple weeks. If you don't want to hear about The Masked Singer, just fast forward a minute or two. But yeah, the whole Bishop Briggs, that was obvious.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
It was why they weren't.
Right. Most of them were like, I have no idea.
And that makes me wonder, do they really not know?
Yeah, right. Well, then ultimately, what's her name?
Because let's say they don't know. Okay?
Yeah.
And from the very beginning, they say who it is.
Right.
Doesn't that kind of ruin the show?
Oh, yeah, it does.
So do they know?
Well, plus they had that. Was that still this year where they, if they knew who it was, they, hit a thing
no,
and
that was,
which I thought that was dumb.
I did too. I think that was last year.
Okay,
wasn't
I think
it? Or was it this year?
I can't remember. I think they might have got rid of that.
I didn't like it.
I didn't either. I'm like,
did anybody
so
ever
you're
use
kicking
it?
somebody off just because you know who they are?
Yeah,
that
was stupid.
makes zero sense.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, but it was awesome to see Bishop Briggs, and she ended up winning the thing, which was awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, David Archuleta, had been guest, and then I started thinking it's absolutely him. You could totally hear him.
Yep.
Hear it in his voice.
Yep.
Both of them had some pretty interesting stories. So yeah, it was another fun season.
Yeah,
Masked
good.
Singer.
Good.
Yeah.
There was a lot of, in my music world, the kind of music I like, there was a lot of big people this year.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? And come on,
Right.
Dick Van Dyke. Give me a
Dick
break.
Van Dyke.
That's beautiful.
Come on now. Hey, you mentioned Big Time Rush, brother.
Yeah.
There's another comeback
Uh-oh.
on television that you adored
Really?
at one time in your life. Used to be on Disney. Now it's on Paramount Plus. And this is season 3 of the reboot of iCarly, brother.
No kidding.
Yeah, I didn't even know they did a reboot.
Now, it's going to be interesting to see, are any of the original people in it?
I have no idea.
I bet you.
I mean, she is, because I recognize.
Oh, she is.
I recognize
Okay.
her.
But I wonder if her friend is.
Yeah, no.
She completely left acting.
Oh, really?
She was not happy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, there you go. You can check it out on Paramount Plus.
Nice.
Also new this week, Manifest Season 4 Part 2 on Netflix. That one started out on NBC and moved to Netflix, I believe, last year, or for the start of Season 4, or maybe Season 3, I don't remember. But the second part of its 4th and final season is out now on Netflix. And then this show sounds interesting. I've been kind of seeing some print ads on it, read a little bit about it. It's a little controversial. The Idol on Max. The latest HBO show from Euphoria creator Sam Levinson and co-created by The Weeknd, who also stars in the series.
Whoa.
And just today he posted on social media that the album is coming out, I think, in late June for the soundtrack for this season, which he apparently does. I think he did the whole soundtrack. Love The Weeknd. That guy's so
me too.
creative, so good.
Yep.
The Idol tells the story of let me start over. The Idol tells the story of an aspiring pop star who begins a complicated relationship with a self-help guru and cult leader. It's already controversial ahead of its premiere over reports of on-set misbehavior.
Uh-oh, look out.
And offensive subject matter. So there you go. That starts on Sunday the 4th on HBO and Max.
Nice.
That's what I got in TV. Should we just roll right into movies, bro?
I would if
Let's
I were you. Don't be
freaking do it,
afraid.
then. Let's
Don't be afraid.
Freaking do it.
Do it.
And let's start with new streaming films this week. That didn't sound right, but you get it.
It worked for me.
On Max, the new film Reality. After leaking government documents pertaining to Russian interference in the 2016 U.S. presidential election, NSA translator... What? Something went goofy. I think it's supposed to be somebody's name.
Have you seen Taylor Swift lately?
Yeah, right.
Okay, just check it.
Well, the NSA translator was sentenced to the longest prison sentence ever passed down for such a crime.
Wow.
And this show is based on the FBI interrogation transcripts of the case. So there you go, reality on Max. Also, brother, here's one for you. Magic Mike's Last Dance.
God.
Now you can see it on Max, brother. Come on now. And then last but certainly not least, and I'm really looking forward to seeing this one. I saw this, but I had no idea what it was, and I read about it. I'm like, well, son of a bee.
Uh-oh.
I have to watch this, good sir.
What be it?
That's Shooting Stars. It's a Peacock original feature film. It's a look at the early days of NBA superstar LeBron James and his three best friends as they work to make their high school basketball team the best in the country.
Wow.
So, yeah, kind of a,
Cool.
a documentary based on, like, the old school LeBron.
Yeah. I don't know if I like him or I don't.
I love him. I mean, he's Lakers. I got to. I hated him before he was with the Lakers. I'll hate him if he leaves us. But as long as he's a Laker, I love him.
What is there something
Plus, he
about
won
him?
us a championship, man.
He
Come on.
rubs me the wrong way, I think.
Well, I mean, he has self-proclaimed himself as the best ever, which you don't do that.
I don't like
Michael
that.
Jordan never did that.
No, there's
and
only
I still
one
think
person
that
that ever.
Jordan is the
There's
best
only
ever.
one person that ever did that.
Yeah.
That it worked for.
Ali.
That's exactly who I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You loved
boxing's a little bit different.
You loved him for it.
Because Ali, the boxing is a one-man sport,
Yeah.
where basketball is a team sport.
Right,
So it
right,
kind of
right.
takes attention off your team when you're
Yeah.
like, I'm the best player in the world.
Yeah, I don't like
So,
that.
I mean, is he arrogant? Of course he is.
Yeah.
Like, and that rubs me the wrong way too, but hey, man, there's always this debate, and my God, it just continues on all the Facebook basketball groups of the greatest of all time,
Yeah.
right? And you know what? You can't.
Larry
it's so
Bird.
hard. Oh,
Larry Bird.
no. Don't you dare mention the Boston Celtic in
See
that
what I mean?
conversation. No, I mean, it's always between LeBron James
Magic
and Michael
Johnson.
Jordan. It's there, and then Magic sometimes in this conversation. Kobe Bryant definitely in
Who's
the
the other
conversation.
big Laker?
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
That's the
I mean,
name
if we're
right
talking
there.
centers, he's
Yeah.
the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
So and Jordan and LeBron have very different games. It's hard
Mm-hmm.
to even compare them. LeBron's a very power-driven, driving
Yeah.
player, where Michael Jordan was the most graceful player ever, right?
Yeah.
And I've always found it hard to compare. I mean, honestly, if I had to say who the greatest of all time was, it was Michael Jordan. But LeBron's right there, and whatever. He's still one of the greatest ever. So, a lot of speculation that he might be retiring.
Yeah.
But then there was a report that he's saying he is going to fulfill his contract with the Lakers. So that would be great. I hope he stays with us one more year, man. Come on. We'll put the rest of the pieces around him.
Yeah.
Get us another chip, buddy. So anyway, Shooting Stars on Peacock. Looking forward to checking that out.
Nice.
That takes us to 4K Blu-ray releases
All right, I got some.
for Tuesday, June 6th. I'll let you go because I bet I got the two you got.
Well, I'm sure you do because it is two of them. It's,
Yeah.
4K. Yeah. 4K.
Just took a giant drink of mustard.
No, that-
Yes, these are all 4K Blu-ray. I only cover 4K.
No, I'm talking about the ones that you're thinking of.
I only cover 4K
Okay.
Blu-ray releases. Jesus, what do you not get?
Hey, it's Christopher.
Son of a bitch.
Disney 100 4K, brother.
Yeah.
Coco coming out.
Yeah, I love Coco.
And a Best Buy Steelbook.
Yeah, exclusive. Best
Ooh.
Buy exclusive. And those are cool looking. They're like, even though I actually have the Coco 4K Bluray Steelbook, not the Disney 100 one. I don't need it. And that's a beautiful, because Coco is such a beautiful film anyways. But yeah, these Disney 100 releases are silver, keeping in their Disney 100 theme, with like a square on the front. Reminds me of those like Disney treasures, those old.
That's exactly what I thought when I saw
those
them.
old tins, right?
Yeah.
With Miguel on the front. Everybody thinks it's Coco, but Coco was the grandmother.
Coco was the grandmother. That's
Yeah.
right. Also, Toy Story.
Yeah, come on now.
Yep. At first I
Classic.
thought, Toy Story. Oh, it's going to be all of them, and it's just the one.
Just the one, just the first
Yeah,
one.
I
Yeah.
get it. That's okay.
What a great film, though,
That's
right?
okay.
I mean, my God,
Yeah.
that was the first Pixar film, right? Toy Story.
I believe so.
yeah,
Yeah.
holy hell, what a way to kick it off.
Now, as we do this, it's June 2nd, Friday,
Yeah,
and there's a 4K that came out today. I don't know if it's a 4K. No, it's a Blu-ray that came out today.
Yeah.
I didn't know about it. Not a big deal because it's already out on Blu-ray.
Mm-hmm.
But Mad Monster Party.
Oh, yeah.
Re-release it. But what's cool about it is the cover. The cover of the original Mad Monster Party that came out is of the puppets. It's a photograph of the puppets.
Right.
This time they've taken, like, how do I put this? They're drawings. So
gotcha.
It's a cover of the drawings of all the different characters, and it's a cool cover.
Well, are you going to continue to talk about this?
No.
Because there's a huge factor in this,
I read
brother.
about it, and I didn't see anything.
Mr. Matt Pott.
Yeah.
Does that ring a bell? He's a friend of the show.
No.
Now, we haven't heard from him in quite a while.
Matt Pott.
Matt Pott. Friend of the show, listener of the show.
All right.
He did that illustration.
Oh, you're kidding.
No, here's his Facebook page.
Oh, wow.
Look, here's his Facebook page. You can take a look. Like, there's his post about it, talking about the art that he did for it. And
wow. I love it. To me, it's almost worth getting another one.
Yeah, so I know it is. It's really, really cool art.
Very cool.
But, yeah, he did that artwork, man, on that cover. How freaking cool is that?
That's fantastic.
Yeah, good old Matt Pott.
Does he still listen?
I don't know.
Or did he finally get over us?
I don't know, but I still follow him on Facebook because but he does some cool stuff, man.
We've had a lot of divorces over the years.
We have.
It's sad, brother.
It's our own fault. How about a few other 4K Blu-ray releases this week? It's a big week for Harrison Ford. He's got Clear and Present Danger coming out. That's the action crime drama from 1994.
Yeah.
The Jack Ryan, Tom Clancy story. And then Indiana Jones, brother.
Sir.
Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yep.
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. The Last Crusade. And Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. All getting 4K. Now, aren't these re-releases? Haven't these all been out on 4K before?
Seems like it.
I'm almost positive.
How many total were there?
They weren't listed as re-releases. 4.
There's 4 total.
Well, we got the 5th one on the way, right?
Yeah. So
Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
We need to go see it, brother.
In theaters on June 30th.
Yes.
Definitely want to see it.
Yeah.
IGN reviewed it.
Uh-oh.
Said it's terrible.
No.
Yeah. They gave it a 4, dude.
No.
A 4.
Oh,
they said it makes Kingdom or Crystal. They said it makes Kingdom of the Crystal Skull look good, which that was not good. The last one, like it was, and I guess the action is just toned down. I guess everything I was reading through that review, I'm like, oh no, like
what a
it just. But you know, I still got to see it.
Yeah,
it's Indiana Jones, man.
Absolutely.
But yeah, that was not promising. That word I got from it. You know, it's one man's opinion.
That's
or
true.
Woman, I'm not sure who wrote it. Next up on 4K Blu-ray, Lord of War gets a Best Buy exclusive steelbook. The 2005 action-adventure drama crime thriller starring Nicolas Cage. The Mummy Trilogy gets a reissue. This is a reissue of the 4K. That's the Brendan Fraser, Rachel Weisz series. The Mummy Returns, and The Mummy Tomb of the Dragon Emperor that had The Rock. Those are fun films.
Yeah.
Those Mummy films, I dig those. The Rules of the Game is my final one. That's a Criterion Collection coming on 4K from 1939, the comedy drama.
Nice.
So there you go. There's your 4K.
I like it.
Blu-ray releases for the week.
Do we get to get into the contest?
Let's do some over-under, brother.
Yeah.
There we go.
Love it.
There we go.
Let's go. I'm ready.
James LaRue still dominating the scoring for us. Keeping that spreadsheet all nice and tight.
Now, I don't know what happened last week, so
let's take a look. Let's take a freaking look.
I'm excited.
I went to the theater and saw one of these things.
Really?
First up, Kandahar, which was expected to make $3 million. Mm-hmm. I said under. You said under. And the actual was 2.8. Yes. Just under.
Love it.
Yeah. Love it. Yeah. Here we go. Next up, The Machine. This was the one with Mark Hamill. It just came out of
Right.
Expected to make $4.6 million. I said under. You said under. And the actual was 5.9. Over. How do people even find out about that?
I have no idea.
Next, the Robert De Niro classic.
It's from us.
Yeah. About My Father. Expected to make 6.5. I said under. You, my good friend, said under, and the actual was 5.4. It was under. And that takes us to the last film, and the film I went to the theater for the very first time with our entire family.
Nice.
So the 3 chitlins we took, the wife, went to AMC Theater here in Kent, went to the Dolby Cinema, or the, what's it called? Dolby Cinema theater there. We were thinking about IMAX, but I'm like, we were both like, that could be too intense, especially for our 3-year-old.
Yeah.
Could be too loud, too much. So we're like, okay, well, the next one was, we couldn't see it in 3D, they're too young. So next was the Dolby Cinema. Holy balls, dude. The Dolby Cinema is legit.
Nice.
And now if I would have known, hell, it's just as loud, if not louder at times than IMAX. Like when things happen in this film, it shook your seat, it shook the theater.
Nice.
And oh my God, the projection is phenomenal. Like it's higher fidelity than IMAX. IMAX is bigger, it's bigger, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't look as good as Dolby Cinema. They did before the movie starts, they do like a little, demo of, hey, here's what Dolby Cinema can do. Jesus, dude. The audio was awesome. It was all over the place.
Wow.
And then the picture, they show you the blacks. I'm a big contrast ratio guy, right? I want bright whites and blacks, right? And it uses Dolby Vision, right? Oh, man. Like, the blacks are freaking black.
Wow.
Like, it is beautiful looking. So that made this viewing experience even better. Plus, that's a nice theater, man. You need to hit that sometime. The seats, they're all like those really nice, big, reclining seats. So even though we had the kids, it was loud enough, and you're like separated enough from the people in front and behind you.
Yeah.
We were kind of in the front of that middle section, so we didn't have anybody in front of us. But the people behind us were like up quite a bit.
Yeah.
So even if the kids were being a little loud, which they weren't, but if they anything, it was like didn't matter. It was like, so that was kind of nice. It made that helpful. Their 12 bathroom trips didn't help. Oh, Jesus. And then Kyler started to lose it at the end.
Brother, diapers.
Oh, dude, seriously. Took him out, and then he threw a fit out in the lobby, and I'm just like, oh, damn, because it wasn't Mama that took him this time.
No.
So he just sat there and was screaming. And I'm like, oh, my God. Other than that drama, we had a damn good time watching The Little Mermaid.
Yeah. Oh, you saw that?
I was not expecting to enjoy this film. Like, I talked about it before. I'm not a big fan of these Disney remakes, right? Give me the animated versions any day of the week. Got to admit, man, this was a pretty solid film and pretty epic. Now,
That's what I'm hoping.
I think the Dolby Cinema added to that, but like, it's a pretty epic film.
Wow.
Like the shipwreck.
Yeah.
Holy hell, that's an impressive scene. And visually stunning. Like, this film is beautiful.
Wow.
All the underwater scenes, right? With them, all the main characters underwater talking and how their hair's flowing and how you see the water reflections. So much work went into just the look of all the people down, all the mermaids and all that when they're underwater is just something.
Oh, it's easy, though. You just hit the button on the computer that
right,
says water.
yeah, the mermaid filter. But Holly Bailey, come on, man. I didn't know much about her going into this. She's freaking gorgeous.
Oh, good.
Like, she's beautiful, dude. So it's like or always have your eye on her. She's an amazing singer. So like, she belts out the songs that you know and love. I felt like the characters like Sebastian and Flounder were done really well. Sebastian was hilarious.
Yeah.
And if you know the movie, everybody knows Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
It's not like you're going to be surprised by the story. Now, what they do add are some new songs,
Nice.
which the first one I didn't like at all, and I was like, oh God, why are they even adding new songs? But then there's a couple more later that were actually really good and kind of helped move the story along.
Nice.
So, man, overall, I'm not saying that this movie was incredible by any stretch. Oh, and Melissa McCarthy as Ursula, solid, dude.
Oh,
like,
that's
she
good.
was really good. And Harvey R. Bardem, who I couldn't remember his name last night, King Triton, like, he's fantastic. So good cast, well acted. Good show, man. And like when Ursula does that transformation, and she's huge, right?
Yeah,
dude, that's impressive. That's another epic scene, dude.
That's cool.
So absolutely worth the watch. I ended up giving it a 7, and that's
Nice.
super surprising because
Wow.
didn't expect it. So Little Mermaid's good entertainment. The kids, like, you know, it was 2 hours and 10 minutes, so a little bit long.
Yeah.
And, you know, like I said, kind of was losing it at the end. But still, absolutely worth a watch, I would say. Let's take a look at what happened. It was expected to make $149 million.
Yeah.
That was over, and these were all 4-day estimates for last week. I said over. You said over. And the actual was 100. Wait, what? Dude, I have this so wrong. Oh, I think I know what it is. Oh, Jesus. Stand by, people.
Standing by.
Stand by,
I'm
because I
excited.
totally wrote this down completely wrong. Yeah, here we go. Getting to the over-under doc. This doc is fantastic. If you haven't gone to Facebook and looked at the doc, Mr. Loro puts together.
It is very cool.
Balls, people.
Yep.
Expected to make 149 mil. Brother and I both said over. And the total was 118.8.
Damn it.
Wasn't even close. I blame you.
And they made a big
I
deal.
blame you for not going.
They made a big deal out of how much money it made.
Yeah, I know, right?
Damn
I
it.
kept seeing that over the weekend. Like,
Yeah.
but then you saw the totals, and I'm like, well, hell, it's like freaking, what, 31 million underneath the estimate? So that was disappointing.
Huh.
And our theater was pretty full, too. When we saw it, like, the first showing
Yeah.
on a Saturday, it was like 10 o'clock.
Huh.
But anyways, still a solid film to go see, but yeah, under this week. So because of that, wow, man, Crystal and Russell Casper have a 4-point lead.
Wow.
I don't think I've seen a 4-point lead this late in the game.
Mm.
They're running away with it with 21. So let's see what happens. Man, is anybody going to catch it? This is new. Crystal and Russell Casper. I mean, that's a new name to this. So, I'd like to see new blood making it happen.
Awesome.
And this week we have 2 films coming to the theater, both of which I want to see.
Really?
The first is The Boogeyman.
Yeah.
The new horror mystery thriller and adaptation of Stephen King's The Boogeyman.
Huh.
It's got a 63% on Rotten Tomatoes. Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad. I guess there's a lot of solid jump scares. They said if you like jump scares, this is like this movie keeps you jumping.
I don't like to be scared.
Jump, jump.
Too scary.
Boogeyman's gonna make you jump, jump. 13.1 million is your expectation on that.
I had to go under on that.
I think the horror fans are going to bring it for Mr. King. I'm going over
Okay.
on that.
Fine.
And then the big one this week. Man, I was like, we're taking the kids to this until I saw it was 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Dude.
And I'm like, dude, does a movie like this need to be 2 hours and 20 minutes? I don't know. It was just a question. We're talking about Spider-Man
Love it.
Across the Spider-Verse.
Love it.
Man, I saw a long preview for this before Little Mermaid.
It was cool.
Oh,
Was it?
dude.
Yeah,
it looks so good.
Yeah, I saw one on
So
YouTube.
good.
It was like, oh my god.
Oh, you know what? Just to change the subject a second. I saw a long preview of the Haunted Mansion.
Oh, please tell me you like this.
I was impressed.
Good. That's what I
Yeah,
wanna hear.
dude. I was like, whoa, this actually looks like it could be a lot of fun.
I've seen enough trailers to not be able to make up my mind yet.
Gotcha. Well, this one, I was like, yeah, I'm down.
Yeah,
like,
good,
And
good,
enough
good.
from the ride
Uh-huh.
to like be like, okay, yeah, I got it. I got to see this, man. So
Okay.
yeah, I think it's going to be pretty fun. We'll
Excellent.
see.
I
But
hope
I
so.
dug the latest trailer. But Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Miles Morales catapults across the multiverse, where he encounters a team of spider people charged with protecting its very existence.
Huh.
When the heroes clash on how to handle a new threat, Miles must redefine what it means to be a hero.
Boy,
I mean,
eye candy, brother.
oh,
Just
dude,
eye
right?
candy.
The freaking animation is
Yes.
amazing.
God,
All
so
kinds of different
cool.
styles.
Yes.
And, which, man, not to change the subject again, but I'm going to. Disney has a film coming out that's very interesting looking.
Yeah.
Like, as far as the art style, I don't know if the story grabs me. Do you know what I'm talking about?
What's the name of it?
Isn't
Isn't it one word?
Yeah, I think so.
And the word pixel keeps popping into my head, but that's
No,
not it.
No. But I thought, I was like, wow, this is an interesting look for a Disney
Yeah.
film.
Yeah, it is.
Kind of reminds me a little bit of Spider-Man, like, you know, some of that, like,
but the story is just
Yeah.
too much like that other story that's pretty much the same damn thing.
yeah, I know.
Which
All
one
right.
is that? What was the name of that? Inside Out.
Oh, you're talking about, no, I'm not talking about that one. You're talking about the new Pixar film.
What's that?
I'm talking about the new Disney film, the new Disney animated film.
Well, what is it?
The new Pixar film is Elements.
Elemental.
That's
Elemental.
That's yeah. But you're totally right, dude. You're totally right.
Oh, it's way too
It's
much
like instead of them being emotions, now they're elements.
Yeah.
Like it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was like, wow, it seems too soon.
And it looks very much like it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So.
I know. I was a little disappointed. No, I'm talking about. I can't remember. It's a new Disney film.
I wonder what it is.
Look it up. It's a little girl is the main character, but just the art style is really cool, man. Anyways, Spider-Man. Back to Spider-Man across the Spider-Verse. And how good was this first Spider-Man? Right?
Yeah.
I mean, the first one's just fantastic. So really looking forward to seeing this. But then you see the Rotten Tomatoes scores. I'm like, what the hell? 96%, brother.
Wow.
96%. Like, holy hell on that. With an estimate of $115.5 million.
Huh.
What you thinking about that?
I'll have to go over.
I'm going to go over as well. I think it's going to do it. I think a lot of people are going to want to go see that.
Why am I not seeing this movie?
I think that was it.
Where?
That girl up top.
That girl. Let's see.
That one. What is that?
Oh, that? I don't know. Doesn't say.
Well, that says all. So it'll come up.
That
in
looks
article.
like somebody else. I mean,
A little bit, but the art, that's the film. Like the it artistically it looks really cool. Like, but the story didn't grab me. So it's one of those. You need to look up and find out what it is.
Yeah.
But there you go, brother. That is this week's Over Under.
Za, brother, za.
Oh, so these are the new Disney films. So Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, Wish.
Wish. There it is. Wish.
Wish. November 22nd.
Gotcha. Really cool looking.
Focus on Asha.
Maybe,
Main character, Asha. Asha is a sidekick. She has a sidekick named Star. Set in a fantasy fairy tale kingdom, not my favorite, where wishes can literally
That's what I'm saying.
come true.
The story was eh. But take a look at the trailer for it and just look at the art style. Pretty cool. A little different than your average Disney animated film.
Huh.
So there you go, brother. That's this week's show.
Nice.
Go to our website. It's www.dvdweeklypodcast.com. It's got links to places like our Facebook fan page, where frickin' Crystal and Russell Casper dominate
Nice.
Over Under with a 4-point lead. But it's not over yet, folks. Also, feedback at DVD Weekly Podcast is the email address and that phone number.
406-426-1DVD.
Oh, yeah.
Casper, that name sounds familiar to me.
Huh?
I think we've talked about that listener before.
Have we?
Yeah.
Well, and the full name is Crystal and Russell Casper.
Yeah,
So
I'm sure
I don't know if that's a married couple, Crystal and Russell.
I believe it is. I
I'm not
remember
going to assume it. but-
that we were talking about the whole Casper thing.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And we were
How
speaking. So
like the
they're
name so
not new.
much. Okay.
I mean,
I think they're new to this.
New to the game, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
But
exactly.
but yeah, I remember that.
There you go. Love it. Hey, everybody, you have one hell of a week, huh? Enjoy June. Holy cow.
It's a weekend already, brother.
My
Beautiful.
God, let's get it on.
Beautiful.
Sayonara.